Hi, today in Math 7 we are going to learn how to add linear expressions. Chapter 5, Lesson 6. We're going to start with page 396 in your math book. I think we're going to go straight to our examples here. Here they give the expression 2x plus 3 in parentheses plus x plus 4 in parentheses, and then they model it for you here. All right, the x terms are long rectangular green x's, and the constant terms are represented in yellow squares. So we have 2 x's, 3 yellow squares, 1 x, 4 yellow squares. So now we're going to combine our like terms. In the visual, you see that you have 3 x's and you have 7 constants. So 3x plus 7. That is the answer for this linear expression. Now another way of doing it is to write it like this. I write my first group of numbers, 2x plus 3, and then the second grouping I put under the like terms. I have an x will go under the x, and the 4 will go under the constant terms. Then I will add it this direction, and once again you know that if an x is by itself, there's a 1 underneath it. You end up with the answer 3x plus 7 that way. Now let's look at question number 2, or example number 2. In this problem, sorry about that, we have 2x minus 1 plus x minus 5. The first thing you want to do is get rid of your subtraction signs. So let's just go right on into the problem and add the opposite, add the opposite. Now, I am going to suggest that we rewrite the problem. I think we can just redo it over here. Let's write 2x plus negative 1. And below it, we are going to put our like terms. We're going to put the x under the 2x plus a negative 5 under the negative 1. Now we're going to combine our terms, and you end up with 3x plus negative 6, or 3x minus 6. And that's how they get the answer there. I think sometimes it's easier if you just do it my way as opposed to the steps that they have here in the book. Now let's do the examples A and B. You can put this on pause, do the examples, and then check your answers. Welcome back. So, on example A, I am going to, let's see here, I will put the 2x under the 3x plus the 3 under the 5, add them together, and you have 5x plus 8. Now for B, you first have to get rid of the subtraction signs. Add the opposite, add the opposite. I will put the 3x under the 2x plus a negative 7. You end up with 5x plus negative 11, or 5x minus 11 would be the answer for that. So, I would also accept 5x plus negative 11 for that on the answer blank. Okay, now let's go and look at example 3 on page 397. In example 3, they have the model there. It says use models if needed. Okay, so if you want to use the model, feel free to use the model. I am going to go ahead and do it the way that we had talked about earlier in examples 1 and 2. So over here to the right of the problem, I am going to write, I'm going to get rid of my subtraction signs, add the opposite, Okay, so on this, here we go. I'm going to rewrite it as 2x plus negative 3, negative 1x plus 4. I like to put the 1 in front of the x. We're still rookies, not used to understanding that there's a 1 in front of it. 2x plus negative 1x leaves you with x, a positive x. Negative 3 plus 4 leaves you with a 1. And the answer, x plus 1. And here is a visual of that. A negative x is represented in red, along with the negative 3 is red, 3 red squares. Okay, now in example 4, we have the distributive property. All right, that's an important step here. You have to do the distributive property before you can combine your terms. So let's look at what they did here. You take 2 times x and 2 times 3. It has to distribute to everything. And here we have 2x plus 2 times 3, and that takes them straight down to 2x plus 6 plus 3x plus 1. So how do we get 2x plus 6? When you use the distributive property there, that's how you get 2x plus 6. And here they show adding the problems, combining your terms. 2x plus 6, the 3x goes underneath it, and you end up with 5x plus 7. Now, in example 5, here we have the use of the distributive property. We first have to get rid of our subtraction signs. Add the opposite, add the opposite. And then I would go ahead and I'm just going to do this over to the side. 5x plus 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Then I would have 2x plus a negative 7. Now this is similar, but it looks a little different than what we have over here. Here they still have the subtraction signs. I think it's best if you always get rid of the subtraction signs by adding the opposites. Now we can combine our like terms. 5x plus 2x gives you 7x. Negative 20 plus negative 7 is negative 27. So you end up with 7x plus negative 27, which is the same thing as 7x minus 27. Okay, let's do examples C, D, E, and F. And in these problems, we're going to combine our terms. So for C, you have, let's see, I think I will put my examples up here. So for letter C, you have x plus a negative 1, and then I'm going to put my 2x plus 3 underneath it. You will end up with 3x plus 2. So the answer to letter C, 3x plus 2. Now let's look at letter D. In letter D, I'm going to first get rid of my subtraction signs. Add the opposite. So I will write x plus negative 4, and then below it, negative 2x plus 1. Now feel free to put a 1 in front of the, to put a 1 in front of the x. Now, 1x plus negative 2x leaves you with a negative 1x. Negative 4 plus 1 leaves you with a negative 3. So you will have negative 1x plus negative 3, or you could write that as negative x minus 3. Either one of those answers would be counted correct. However, as you progress in mathematics, this will be the way that will be preferred. as you go on, like in next year or later this year, this will be the way that it'll be preferred, but I will still take that because we're learning, we're rookies, we're still learning how to do these things. Okay, letter E. Here we have an example using the distributive property. The 6 has to visit x and the 6 has to visit 7. So you will rewrite it as 6x plus 42. And now I'm going to put the x under the 6x. We can make that a 1x. Plus 3. Do this neatly. You end up with the answer 7x plus 45. In letter F, here we have the distributive property. Before I do it, I need to add the opposite. We are going to have, that'll be 2x plus 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. All right. Well, I'm just going to this time put this underneath that. So I'm going to go ahead and put 12x under the 2x and my 19 under the negative 20. 12x plus 2x is 14x plus a negative 1. So you would write down 14x plus negative 1 or 14x minus 1. Both would be considered correct at this time. All right, now let's turn the page and look at page 398, and we have example 6. In example 6, we have a word problem dealing with a triangle here. It says, write a linear expression in simplest form to represent the perimeter of the triangle. Find the perimeter if the value of x is 5 centimeters. So first, we write our expression. You have 3x minus 3, that's this side, plus 2x plus 9, this side, plus 5x. The perimeter of a triangle. Add all the sides. Now, it says rearrange to combine your like terms. 3x plus 2x plus 5x gives you a 10x, and you have a negative 3 plus a 9 gives you the 6. Find the perimeter. Well, it tells you to replace x with the 5. 10 times 5 is 50 plus 6 is 56. Now, in letter G, it's asking you to, says a rectangle has side lengths of x plus 4 and 2x minus 2 feet. Write a linear expression in simplest form to represent the perimeter. Find the perimeter if the value of x is 7. Well, in a rectangle, you have 4 sides. So let's just combine this. You'll have an x plus 4, and then you have another x plus 4, and then add the opposite. You're going to have a 2x plus negative 2 and another 2x plus negative 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 x's. 4 plus 4 is 8. Minus 2 is 6. Minus 2 is 4. So you end up with an expression of 6x plus 4. That's your expression. Now, find the perimeter if the value of x is 7. So here, if you have 6 times 7 plus 4, you will end up with 46 feet. All right. Now, let's look at the guided practice here. Use models if needed. All addition signs. I put my x under that one, my constant of a 1 under the constant 3. Combine them. You can put a 1 in front of that. 3x plus 4. Here, I'm going to get rid of my subtraction signs. That will be 10x plus negative 20. And I'm going to add it to 6x plus negative 6. I'm going to put my 6x under that, my negative 6 under the 20, and I end up with 16x plus negative 26. Or, another way of writing it, 16x minus 26. Or 16x plus a negative 26. Okay? Now, let's look at question 3. Find the perimeter of this shape. All right, so I have a 3x for this side, a 2x, x plus 4, and a 2x, and another 3x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5. Combine my like terms. Another way, I'll just circle all my x's. 3x plus 2x is 5x, plus 1x is 6x, plus 2x is 8x, plus 3x gives me an 11x. And my constant is a 4. So I have 11x plus 4. Now, if I replace x with a 3, that'll be 11 times 3, which will be 33, plus 4 equaling 37 yards. That would be the final answer for that problem. Now, your homework assignment for today is to do page 399, 1 to 11. So your homework, page 399, numbers 1 to 11. And I will have the answers for you, the worked out answers for you in tomorrow's calendar date. Have a good day. Goodbye.